Hey, we're live. All right, so we were talking, and we're very late, so we're not really going to do a show per se, not a structured show. We're just going to chat.
Oh, we are live right now?
We're live right now.
Yeah.
Ooh,
We're a structured
Yeah.
show.
Don't you see the little yellow button, the little yellow thing?
Yeah.
I don't. Oh, there we go. Now,
Yeah.
now I know. I've
Well,
never
this is
seen
one of
that
your.
before.
I know this is one of your first shows, so I
Yes.
know you're new to this,
It
Gag.
takes me like a couple years to figure this little stuff out.
If we were doing a show, we would be on what, like
Come on, I'm like
137
10
or
years
something?
into this tan, and I haven't even done a cat kit yet. So,
This can be like show whatever it is, 135 and a half.
Yeah, this is a
It's practice. This is dress rehearsal.
right. We'll start the real show around 1 a.m. Yeah, so I don't know. What are you guys doing? We've been talking drinkers and stuff for the last like hour and a half, and to give you to just anyone who's cares.
Yeah, so we actually have posted some more details on the KLV threads. So if anybody happens to catch this tonight or tomorrow or whenever on KLV, we have updated the threads with info on the VIP stuff, with the beer glasses and all that. And then Andrew posted the new thread on what we've been talking about for a long time.
Yeah, the new special tournament we're running for Wacko, a classic arcade game, which is fun.
And it's called the Whack Off.
Calling the Whack Off in in homage to the Kong Off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we'll call it the Whack Off. So yeah, so we're making very special custom shirts, and we've been talking about some very cool custom prizes and things like that for that tournament. That'll be a side tournament for those of you who haven't read the thread. You'll need to pre-register if you want a shirt.
probably
for $30, you have to show up too. By the way, you don't just get these in the mail. So people that are actually going to Grinkers for Grinkfest 6, we're doing a little side tournament, the Whack Off, and so there's a special shirt that's made. It's $30 to essentially enter, and you get a shirt as part of it. And the overflow money, probably not a whole lot, but will go into the winner's pot, to where either first place or maybe top three will get $1 each or something. So
yeah, it'll probably be relatively small, but like you're guaranteed a shirt, which is going to be an awesome shirt. Like,
yep, for sure.
Awesome shirt. And with the custom logo, if you want to see the artwork, it's on the Clov thread. But yeah, so it'll be a totally custom shirt, which will only be available at this show. We're never going to print this shirt again. This is the only chance to get it. So yeah, it's a little special thing.
So a question that you're going to hate me for: is the shirt black?
So my plan. No, my plan is actually to do the shirt in blue, because the Wacko.
I was thinking
Wacko
that was a good color, but I dared not wish
and
and
I'm
hope
thinking
and dream.
something the blue, sort of like what we did with the prototype shirt.
Yes. So it'll be we'll be using the colors of the shirt to fill in the logo a bit too. So that's my intention.
Beautiful. Woo! Yes.
Yeah.
I want to right now. I want to register like 3 or 4 times.
You can
wash in blue shirts.
You can register for as many shirts as you want.
So you can get like 5 of them and wear them every day of the week at work. Whack off every day.
Oh, I'm sure that will go over really well. But I'm thinking if I registered more than once, then I would also get more than one shot at it. And
well, so I don't.
That is kind of up in the air, I think. But yeah, go ahead, Andrew.
Yeah, so I think the game format, because we talked about doing it kind of like a Nat style, where we'd all just get together and just watch each other play. You get one shot, that's it, that's your score. But I think in much like a Kong Off, and because there's no reason why we can't, we can actually do this as like almost like a separate side tournament and run it the whole week.
Just run through the whole weekend, yeah.
Oh.
And let people just play as much as they want and register scores, and that way
the referees that are working there can take scores as often as you want to do it. But it's only for the people that are pre-registered and entered to do it.
Correct.
Maybe we should have special badges or something that say I'm whacking off.
Well, so we talked about
so that people know that we're allowed to be in the
it'll add maybe at least add the logo to the badge.
Yeah, maybe we can do stickers that go on the backs, like kind of like prototype we did for those kind of things, where like just print a little sticker that goes on there to show that you're part of the Whack Off. aside from the shirt that obviously you get to wear every day of the week. Potentially. Yeah, but either way, Clint has a special way to organize that whole part of it. People who are registered for that separate tournament will be allowed to take scores and then have a potentially winning score in it.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
Yeah, but it's like Kong Off, right? I mean, they don't just play one game; they get to play, for as long as the Kong Off runs, and so yeah.
I see. I didn't know that.
It is funny to think that playing the Whack Off, you only get one shot and you're done.
That's true. I mean, as a female, I think I should get more opportunities. You guys can be one and done.
Not usually.
Depends on how much sleep I got the night before.
How much water I've had to drink.
Yeah.
To stay hydrated.
Yeah.
So we I think so. The history of this, if I'm recalling it correctly, is that it was not too long after I got mine, and then we started talking about. I think Steve from Grinkers was still on the show pretty regularly at that point, and we were saying that, well, hell, we've got at that time, Chris had one. I had one. Steve had one. Your buddy Dylan, aka Tron Guy, has one. Kalen had one. Yeah. So, like, we were thinking maybe we could do this distributed whack off, where we all whack off in our own places, and then like stream, each of the games, and then whoever scored the best for whatever that night was, then.
But for the purpose of making it, legit scores, that's why we're doing it this way, right?
Yeah. And more than anything, I mean, I love the game, but I really want the shirt. Ever since we started talking about it, I've so desperately wanted this shirt.
Yeah, it'll be awesome.
Yeah, so that'll be super fun. So if you want to pre-register, we're closing pre-registrations at the end of this month, so we need to have all pre-registers in before September the 1st. And to do that, just email me, Andrew at tw34k.com, and mention Whack Off somewhere in it, and then we need your first and last names, your t-shirt size, so we get you the right t-shirt, and then I'll email you back with PayPal information to send the pre-registration funds. Ta-da!
Yay!
Ding.
Fries are done.
Yeah, you can totally. I can write on the back if you want, Brian. I whacked off at Grinkers.
Yeah.
Wow. In the new bathrooms.
Yeah, I'll be doing custom signing of T-shirts in the bathroom.
We moved the machine into the toilet area of the bathroom. That's where you have to whack off.
That's gonna be a little awkward when I get.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah.
Hey, would you stop looking at me while I'm peeing?
Yeah.
I wonder how many guys would start to walk in and be like, no.
I got stage fright.
Yeah.
They go back outside. They look at the door again. They go back inside.
Yeah, am I in the right spot?
The Grinkers, I think someone was saying, was it Clint was saying yesterday that we're 60 days away as of yesterday?
Wow.
Yeah, I think 58 or 59, depending on what day you show up.
Yeah.
I think 59 days from today is the Friday, so.
I bought my plane ticket already.
Nice.
$200. And since Keith's not going, I'm still arriving Thursday. Because Keith's not going. So I had to get a park and ride, and that's going to cost more.
Oh, because normally you guys ride together.
And
is Bill going roughly the same schedule as you?
What's that? My wife? No,
Till.
Oh, Till is going to park. He's going home earlier too. Okay. He's not staying Sunday like I am.
Okay.
And we are both flying up together, but he's leaving a day early.
Okay.
And he's going to leave his car at his work or something. I don't want to do that. I'd rather have it in a fenced area.
Right.
So, but yeah, so it's going to be another $80 on top of.
Oh,
So
jeez.
it
Yeah,
kind of
it's
sucks.
$20 a day or 15.
Yeah,
Whatever
it's
it is.
and I did the cheapest one I could find at Wally Park. It's like $15 or something
Yeah.
a day. But yeah, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Can't get the wife or daughter to drop you off, huh?
Well, I usually Keith's wife takes us and my wife picks us up. That's what we've been doing it for years. But so I don't know. Since I'm going on during the week and coming back during the week. I don't want to have her take time off
It's
of
probably
work to
too
pick me
expensive
up.
to like Uber for you.
Yeah, well, I was
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
Super Shuttle. Super Shuttle was, I forgot what Super Shuttle was to your place. Remember, or maybe I didn't. I looked into it to Joel's. That's right. I think it
Super
was.
shuttle. I wonder what that would be. I should look into that.
Yeah, because I mean, it would probably be cheaper than $80.
Maybe I'll do
Usually-
that. But
It just takes you 6 hours because all the stops they make.
yeah, I know. So, and it
Well,
takes-
The bummer is that they pick you up so fucking early because they want to make certain that you're there like an hour and a half or so before your flight. Like
Yeah.
I never build in that much padding for my flights. But
Yeah,
but it is
exactly.
but usually they're pretty. I mean, it's usually pretty reasonable, even when you're going pretty long distance.
Maybe I'll look into it. 'Cause I can always cancel mine.
If
up
you're a
to a
AAA
day in
member,
advance.
if you're a AAA member, you get a discount.
No, I'm not.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bummer. Used to be. But
At Necros asked Mock, it's a 200 round trip, right? Your ticket?
yes. Yep.
That's
Great.
For
pretty
mine
good.
anyway. Probably because I'm pretty close, I guess, to Idaho. It's not too far. Hop, skip, and a jump.
He's
Like-
going through LA, I think. Necros.
Oh.
So he should
Yeah,
be about the same, I
he's-
would think.
Yeah,
No, he's
I'm
at
going
350.
I'm going from San Diego to San Francisco, I think.
Okay. So you're
And
not a
then
direct
from there.
flight.
So hopefully no delays like Carrie had.
Hopefully it's not on fire this time.
right. Well, we are on fire
Yeah.
currently.
We are. I
We are.
know.
Yeah. We're all sorts of fucking foobar again.
Yep, because everything's so dry out here, everything just goes up.
Yeah.
We don't have the water to keep things saturated.
Yeah, and it's down by you that there was the arson, right? The guy.
Oh, was that an arson one?
There was an arson. I think it was down by
Yeah.
down by you, and it was an arson. I don't know if they know what happened, what started the fires up north of me, but yeah, it was an arson down in Southern California.
Every time we have fires, it sets off the crazy people to like, oh, I'm gonna light up some fires. It's a good time to do it.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Stop it. Back down.
Nice.
Yeah, that sucks.
Wait, what's Keith's plan?
Keith's probably not going to be able to make it.
What the
All right.
fuck?
Well, it sounded like he's going to be able to make it.
He's really gonna try. He's
Yeah.
really gonna try. But I mean, I told him don't worry about it just because he's got some other expenses too. He didn't talk about. It's just he's got a lot of expenses.
He bought 12
in
more
the next
pins,
2
he
months,
didn't tell
and
us.
it's going to cost a
Yeah.
lot of money for all of it. So it's a money thing. It's a
So
vacation
but he said
thing.
if
it's
he goes, it'll probably be
it'll
Friday
be just the
and leave
weekend.
Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be Friday, Saturday.
Or
come home Sunday.
you're going Thursday and heading on Monday.
yes,
So 2 less days, yeah.
yeah. This is the first time I'm going to be staying an extra day. So
Sweet.
Oh,
You'll
Yeah,
never
it'll
go
be fun.
back.
right. Yeah. So the way to go.
yeah. The only bummer part is that after we party at night, it's like I have to walk by myself to the hotel room, and you guys walk back to the
Oh, yeah.
Airbnb.
Although
little
there was,
lonely
like, we don't-
walk.
There's always a big group with the hotel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't like we're alone shutting the place down.
Or is
We're
it?
never alone shutting the place
Well.
down. There's always people.
Somebody's watching me.
So I don't know if you guys know. I linked the thread again. Every now and then I love going back to the original Gregors Build thread, where he like puts the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
game room together,
Mhm.
having the bar put in, all that. It's just cool seeing the development. He did it kind of mostly live, I think, as he was constructing everything. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw that you had linked that. Oh, that was
Mhm.
cool. I'm like, oh yeah.
And I even looked at some of the, because I was trying to find that thread, and I always forget like what he called it, because he doesn't call it Grinkers.
Mm-mm.
It's like Idaho Arcade Building or something like that. And so you can search people's threads like that they started. And so when I was trying to find that one, I found other ones like around the same time when he was trying to figure out the name of the place and the logo. Like he started 2 other threads. Like, hey, what do you guys think about all these logos? He posted like 20 different logos. It's kind of funny. And then I think it was before Arcade Outsiders started. John commented on the logo one. He's like, I don't really like any of them. None of them really look good. And the one he went with was one of them that other people voted on. The rocket one, the main one. So yeah, pretty funny.
And that's a super fun logo.
And I think his original name, one of the names he tossed around was called Gozer's Grand Palace.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't Grinkers yet. He said Gozer's, and then he had a few others. It's kind of funny. I never saw that thread before today. Yeah, kind of funny.
Gozer.
Yeah, I definitely was not following it when it was happening. I remember seeing the thread pop up a few times, but I never really got involved in it.
Yeah.
It's just like another one of those pizza.
Yeah, right. Yeah, people commented on that too early on, saying like, because he said he was going to call it something like vintage quarters or something like that, and someone was like, "Oh, you mean like rusty quarters or whatever?" You know.
There's that idea.
Yeah.
Better to find that out before you get logos printed up and signage.
Yeah. Yep. So, anybody do anything interesting last week? Game stuff. Carrie, I saw you earlier working on.
I did lots of stuff. I did, but I never know how interesting it is. But I can talk about it anyway because I was really super fucking busy, which I frequently am.
Let it all out, Carrie. Let it all out.
I know, right? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, what game do I start on? I had like everything go, like every pin I have has some sort of issue with it right now, which really fucking sucks. Right? It's like there's not just
credit dots are everywhere.
Well, that's actually, that's the worst. Like I can't stand that. Like I'll fucking reset the game in order to get rid of those. Like I don't care if I lose the high scores. I just don't want to see the dot. Although I got Tails working, so Tails from the Crypt. So far, knock on wood.
You can get a credit dot if you have a switch, that a ball, if you have a certain area that a ball rarely rolls through, make sure that switch gets rolled through, because sometimes some older machines, if the switch doesn't get hit within a month, it gives you an error thinking something's wrong with it because nothing's hit it. So check that.
Yeah, I had that happen with Twilight Zone. After my Halloween party last year, I think, because it was played a lot and by like dumb little kids who, you try to walk over. Occasionally, I can go over to the game, I'd turn it off and turn it back on because it's like had like 4 credits on it and it's on ball 2.
Hit it a bunch of times for credits. Hit it sitting at once. Yeah, that drives me crazy. Then you hear the music nonstop and no one's playing it.
Yes, exactly.
That drives me crazy.
Yeah, so after the Halloween opening last year, I was like, shit, why's it got a credit dot? And then I figured out like, oh, yep, that's what it is. No, I have no credit dots. That's like credit dots and coin door lights, two things that just make me twitch if they're not right. So I have the misbehaving flippers but with no credit dot. But so with Tales from the Crypt, after I cleaned and retweaked and I threatened it and I brought out the Bible and waved at it because my flipper was flipping out, it's been fine. So knock on wood, that's still good. But Twilight Zone, the upper flipper, went back to being kind of slow. So it's not, or not slow. So it flips within it's slow to go back down. So it'll kind of hang out there and then it'll slowly go down. So
isn't there a retract spring for that?
Well, I think I don't know, but I don't think it's that because when, so what I was thinking last time what I did is I removed the sleeve and I cleaned the sleeve. Yeah. I mean, maybe that is it. We'll find out. Cause I ordered a new coil, but so this time I'm like, okay, I'm going to put in a new sleeve. Cause last time I just cleaned it cause I didn't have any extras.
Yeah. That's my next thing I was going to say, replace the sleeve.
Yeah. But then, so I went to pull the sleeve out and it was really stuck in there. And then then I'm comparing it to another coil with, like a new one. And I'm like, oh, this seems to move around a lot. And so it's actually like it seems like when I wiggle it, like when I wiggle my other flippers,
wiggle your flippers. Yes.
When I wiggle my flippers, it slides real nice. It's super. It slides real nice, very easily. Whereas when I wiggle that flipper, like it takes a little. I have to kind of push on it. So I think it's actually the coil maybe is starting to go bad and starting to expand and warp a little bit. So I just ordered a new solenoid. I'm going to replace it. $15, whatever.
Okay.
That one.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's what it is.
Right.
Yeah. Otherwise, because it's like when we take that spring, anything out of the equation other than moving the flipper, it just seems like physically it's having trouble going in and out. So we'll see. And if that doesn't work, then
Tales from the Crypt, you said, was that one?
Hmm?
Which pin are you saying is having the problem?
Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone. Okay.
Yeah, upper flipper on that, and then and then Lord of the Rings is acting weird too with the same flipper that the guy replaced before I bought it, that hadn't been working. And
he didn't put it on backwards or upside down like Star Trek, did he?
Then I think I get a credit dot.
Yeah.
You would, because those switches will never get hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's that. Every once in a while it won't fire.
So for people out there that haven't heard the word credit dot before, what that means in PIN, I think Gleek posted a picture showing what a credit dot. It just shows the operator that there's something that might be wrong, or probably is wrong with the PIN. Like sometimes a bulb could be out if it has that kind of advanced stuff, or a switch is out usually, or an opto or something. Something's not working right. Then you got to try and just go through the menus and try to discover what that. Actually, they'll tell you. When you go into service mode, it goes ding, 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 and tells you what it is. But then it'll give you a code usually, like A17B has an error. You're like, what the fuck's that?
Yeah.
Then you got to go on a scavenger hunt through all the menus, figure out what the fuck that code means. Right?
See, the Bally Williams stuff actually just tells you. So as soon as you pull up an error report, it'll go through screen after screen if you have errors on it. Yeah. But yeah, you get that ding, ding, ding sound when you boot the machine.
Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And so you get to the point, at least I do, where you turn. Sometimes when you go to turn on the games, you're like, oh, please don't. I want to hear the sound. I don't want to hear the sound. So I fucked around with pins. And then, I think a couple of weeks ago, I talked about picking up that Asteroids Deluxe. So finally, now that we're post-CAX, I got a chance to kind of clean that thing up, and I had installed the multi-kit that.
Yes.
So that's awesome. And so Jimbo, if I send you a picture, can you post it, or should I just try to show it on my phone?
No, I can post it.
You're cool that way.
I'm all right.
You don't suck. Oh, but my abilities to do this are totally like blowing right now. So I had when I decided to repaint the. I'm totally coordinated. I've now opened like every window there is on my phone. All my little falling apart. So I decided that I would redo the coin door or paint it, because it was like close. It looked nice, but it wasn't nice. So I decided to repaint it, and pulled everything apart and cleaned it real nice, and it came out beautiful. But it was interesting because when I went to put it back on, I realized that the coin flaps, when I because you pull out, you get the face. For those of you who haven't pulled apart a coin door, you have the kind of the face of it, and then you have the whole, like a usually brass colored metal behind it that has the coin mechs on it. And when you pull that off, then usually the little coin door flaps fall out, and your coin reject buttons fall out. And So I'd taken all that apart, and then I realized. So I put it back together, and I realized that, oh wait, the coin door flaps, they're not moving. So obviously I didn't put it back together right, because otherwise they'd be flapping. And then so I pull the damn thing apart again. I'm like, okay, I got to fix this, because the bottom bezel plastics go in a certain way so that the little coin door can hang on there and then do their little flappy thing. So I pulled the thing apart, and I hadn't really thought about it, and I didn't really notice it when I first pulled it apart. But the really clever person who owned the game at some point before me, I guess didn't know how to put the coin door flaps back on, so they were flappy. I don't know. I have no explanation for what it is, because what they ended up doing, and hopefully Jimbo can show the picture, is that they actually welded the coin door flaps so that they're partially open or partially closed, depending on whether you're an optimist or a pessimist.
What in the hell?
Isn't that hysterical? I'm like,
it's so flappy.
That's so much fucking work.
They took the flap out.
Why would you do that?
It fucked up.
I know. Actually, I don't know if it's maybe it's not actual. No, I think it was actually Weld, as opposed to like maybe some sort of JB Weld. Like, why would you do that? Like, just leave the fucking things off, right? Like,
my only guess is methamphetamines, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, the flaps.
There seems to be the weird tie-in to crazy arcade modifications and methamphetamines.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, the only reason why the flaps are even there is to keep the coin from just falling out onto the floor.
Yeah.
When it rejects them, so it's like, if you're an operator, you don't give a shit about people losing their quarters. No. Then just leave them off.
Yeah.
That's so much work.
It's so much work.
What a fuck face.
That was so bizarre. And I'm sure it wasn't the guy that I bought it from. I'm sure it was on route and things like that. This game has almost 30,000 plays on it, which is pretty cool. And because the guy I got it from, it was on free play. So those were 30,000 fucking quarter drops.
Yeah.
Not the last 10 or plus
I've had
years.
enough of these quarters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But those quarters are not dropping out, that's for sure.
I'll show you.
Yeah. That was the funniest damn thing.
Weird. And they even painted over it too, it looks like.
Right?
Like they're like, we don't want this to rust either, so we better spray paint it, protect it.
Yeah. God forbid they rust and fall out.
Yeah. Bizarre.
Yeah, that was a surprise. So that was worth the laugh, and obviously I had to take a picture.
So we don't let's not do it tonight. But Carrie, I think you said like we should do a question of the night, which is the strangest thing you found in an arcade machine.
Yeah.
The other thing, variation of that, what is like the strangest modification you've seen?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Like that goes up there with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some weird stuff, man.
I'm sure I showed you guys the picture of the backside, which has got to be my answer to this question. The backside of my Circus Charlie coin box.
No, I don't think I've seen that.
I'll show you. I'll save you that one for next week.
All right.
Speaking of meth heads.
Teaser.
Oh, before I forget, I got to show this real quick. So, a new buddy of mine and a friend of the show, Jacob from Con Club. So I unofficially won the thing at CAX, but they didn't have it logged right. Like someone hadn't signed up properly. And once they figured that out, the dude just like blew away all my scores. So, so I was not the winner. And I don't know if he did this as like a consolation prize or whatever, but I just got this in the mail. So it says something like the CAX to play Donkey Kong, and all I got was this shirt.
Lousy t-shirt.
Yeah, this lousy t-shirt. So yeah. So thank you, Jacob. That was cool. Yeah, he's a good guy. I really hope he can make it to Grinkers. We'll see.
Yeah.
Wasn't that funny when we met up with the other wood guy that was there at CAX? Did we even talk about that?
I don't think
wood
so.
Guy.
Wooden arcade.
Wasn't Jacob stuff.
Jacob,
it was another guy that sells arcade.
Yeah.
Somebody else. Yeah, they had a booth at the back of the arcade,
and he knew him and everything.
Yeah,
and
semi-local to him. Yeah.
Yeah. His stuff was.
It's like their hobbies, and you're, sort of doing it to make a little extra cash, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But there's no one has copyrights to the stuff, right? So kind of it's a free for all unless someone gets busted.
Yeah, pretty much. And he had a different technique than Jacob does. Like his, he prints his stuff on vinyl or something, and then it's like a sticker. He sticks it on the wood, then he cuts it out of the wood,
and then he epoxies over that or something.
Painting each square. So it's a whole different thing. And I think more love might go into Jacob's stuff.
Right? Yeah. For sure.
You know what I mean? So
yeah. And
he had some kind of funky ones too that were like some trippy rainbow shit thrown on there, and then it's in the shape of Yoshi and crap like that. Like trippy Yoshi. But yeah, it's Jacob could have sold the stuff there, but I don't know.
So I see Dave Elope is in the YouTube chat. If he can hear me right now, is he going to Grinkers? Are you going to Grinkers this year, Dave Elope? I hope he can make it. I don't know. Maybe I'm not even sure. Is he on KLV? I don't even know. You guys know?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Anyways, it was cool hanging out with him even briefly last year. So hopefully he can make it back out this year. Oh, he says yes, he's making it. Sweet. All right, so I'll track down his email because we need to get him on the list, get him filled in on all the info. So cool. All right. Yep.
Whacking off with Dave Elope.
That's part of the goods.
I was excited to see for the first year, speaking of vendors, that Moto Glass was there.
Oh yes.
At CAX. I picked up a couple of glasses.
Did you?
Yeah, and they did well. I bet they'll be back because Jimbo and I swung by on Sunday afternoon. Not like super late, but it was like probably mid-afternoon, right? Yeah. And she was running out of, like, all they had left was what was up there. She said, I have a couple of duplicates, but they were like...
So maybe like 30 glasses.
Mock, I would guess that process they do is different. Because what Keith does is laser etched. But I think those are like bead blasted. Yeah. So they put like a vinyl sticker or something on the areas they don't want to have the etching. Yeah. And the areas that are open, they hit it with the sandblaster basically.
Yeah, that's another.
And they peel the sticker off, and you got the finish, kind of like a stencil. It's basically stencil.
Yeah.
A stencil. Yeah.
Was that the same guy that was in Banning?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. The drop test.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Drop test.
Yeah, the gal there
would you look at that?
Yeah, she wasn't doing the drop test there. There was none of that bullshit.
Yeah. But
even my daughter, I brought the glasses. She goes, "Oh, I really like these glasses." I'm like, what are you doing? What? No, she's drinking out of my arcade glasses.
Don't touch that.
I know, right?
That's mommy's glass.
Totally.
Mommy's glass.
Mommy's glass. Don't touch.
Yeah, I'm the Tempest.
Here's your sippy cup.
Yes.
Sippy cup. What is she? 1 years old.
She's 6 years old. Less than that, 4. No.
Yeah.
Gee, thanks.
Yeah, I have no idea what vendor fees, because they must pay obviously to be there. I have no idea,
Yeah.
Mm. But that wouldn't be a lot of fun. Like if Jacob did it, like then you're stuck there. Instead of playing, you're paying. You're paying. Yeah, you're paying.
You have to put up with all the drunkies.
Yeah, you're stuck sitting at your desk.
Too.
You're stuck at the Brofest registration desk.
Crowd posters.
Well, hey guys, it's 11, and I gotta go.
You gotta.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, should we call it a night?
Some people have dental appointments.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a newbie.
Yeah. You're supposed to set that shit for the end of the day, not the beginning of the day.
Right.
Then you go home early.
Yeah.
I just hope it's the cleaning and not. I have a feeling coming.
I just had mine this week.
Gotta love that. Oh, we see some cavities here. We better take care of that. You know.
Yeah.
Yay.
I had
I
two.
don't know
I
what you're
had
talking about.
I had two bad fillings, and so they were fixing old ones. But it means I got to ream them out further.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Someone
Do
put
they do
custard
the-
in here.
Do they do the CNC or 3D printed ones that go in there?
oh, that'd be cool.
That's my last couple fillings were like that. Yeah.
I don't know. It's like the stuff they put in, and then it's like the UV light they shine on it to.
Right.
Remember when we were young and they'd put in toxic lead into our mouths?
Yeah, exactly. I still have that.
Like, oh, thanks for the mercury.
Yeah, I think I have almost all mine gone. I have a few left.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrible though that they would put that shit in our mouth.
Yep.
You
And that's
shit in my
they
mouth.
attribute cancer might be part of that.
Yeah,
problem.
it's only your fucking mouth.
Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
only eating it all day,
Uh-huh.
Swallowing and
swallowing poison all day long for your whole life. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's safe.
Yeah.
Once you put
You get a free baby toy.
once you put some mercury in there too while you're at it. Once you mix it together,
Asbestos.
put it in my teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, asbestos. I'll breathe asbestos too.
Yeah, some good Russian asbestos.
Put my asbestos mask on while you work on me.
Yeah.
That's what the mask is made out of.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I know. I'm laughing at what you said. All right, guys.
All right.
All right, Andrew.
Yeah.
Andrew.
Are we all leaving? Are we over?
Yeah, we could call it. I
Yeah.
guess. I don't know. This has
We
been
don't
going
have
on
to.
for a
We
full
just-
half an hour.
I know, right? We just started. I mean, not that. Well, although it's not even. It's just a hangout. It's not even a
It's
True.
show. It's a
Yeah.
it's a showette.
Jimbo, you have anything from last week?
I got
anything?
fuck. I got nothing. I have reached out to Rich twice about Toki stuff, which I feel like is still like he told me to email him or whatever every day. I have a tough time doing that. That still seems like too much. But well, whatever. He thought last week he'd have it done, so we'll
So
see.
you have a machine all ready to go.
It's
done,
been ready
except for-
since.
and you've been ashamed to have it on your backdrop in the shot there.
Yeah, it's in the kitchen basically.
Okay.
It's been sitting without the bezel and marquee since February, I think. So
Maybe tell him you'll move it into your backdrop once it's done. You know, he'll speed it up. So which one gets bumped out of your background there? Is it hang on, super hang on?
oh no, it'll probably stay where it is for
Yeah.
now. I mean, if that was the motivation, I'd probably put it where either eyes or Miss Pack is, I suppose.
Yeah.
If that was the
Miss
The
Pack is a
cost,
good
yeah.
kitchen game. I kind of,
Yeah.
it's just a joystick, so you can like still, like cook and stuff and play the game with the other hand.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see once I get the big blue in here how the lineup will change. This side won't change a whole lot, but that side probably will. Because the lineup, it wasn't just all pure by choice. Some of it had to do with how well the monitors behave next to each other.
Oh, that's right.
Some games fuck each other up.
Wow.
The monitors don't play nice to each other. Like which was it? Eyes did not do well next to Arkanoid. It would get it like be doing this hula that's like super dance.
Weird.
Like it was fucking weird. I was like,
So it's like
wouldn't
in a
start.
constant state of degaussing or something.
No, it's in like a constant state of like warping, and
Weird.
it didn't the 4600 does not like Vision Pros. So if I put that if I put it next to either Revenge of Doe or Toki, it gets all fucked up, but it's fine next to a K7000 or Geo7s.
That's
It's
so
fucking weird. But like that was because originally I'm like, this is how I want things, and I'm like, what the fuck's up with eyes? Yeah. So
What would be the arcade version of racist? It would be like a brandist.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Right? Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Like segregated to the back of the bus or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Certain monitors.
eyes is anal, anal eyes. It's fucking stubborn, dickhead. Yeah.
You dick.
Yeah. But yeah, I've got perfect space for one more game in the lineup. It actually, I've adjusted the leg leveler, so like, because going into the kitchen, the tile sits just a little bit lower.
Right, yeah.
But you can't tell, so it's actually a pretty good row. But yeah, I kind of want the big blue whenever I get it to be either where like eyes or Miss Pack is, kind of right in the middle, because it's a bigger cab. It'll stick out a little more, but I definitely don't want it right next to Marble Madness. You got to have
you don't want 2-player games right next to each other.
and deep cabinets, because Marble Madness, you need, like Carrie pointed this out, you need to have like a good amount of space, because you're in your like stance and you're paddling away at that game, and you need to go at like crazy angles, so you can't really have a game that sticks way out, because you're going to bump your elbows into it.
Right.
Oh my! It'd be funny to have that next to oh shit! What is that? Panic? What is that game with the 2-player?
Panic Park. Yeah.
Panic Park.
We didn't even play that at fucking CAX.
They had that. They had the tournament, but no, we never. And I wanted to, but we never got.
There's always people on it. Yeah.
There were always people on it. Yeah.
They had a tournament on it. Did you hear that?
Yes. Yeah, they do every year. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. And they have to sign a waiver because if people get hurt.
Oh jeez.
For reals.
It would be nice to get a chance to just kind of practice the game, so you have a better feeling for the course, so then you can really go in and try to crush it, literally. Like just,
I like that armadillo game we played.
Yeah, that was cool.
The roll in it.
I wasn't expecting that trackball to be so sensitive. With your movements. Yeah. Nice.
That ball takes a beating.
A bowling ball.
Yeah.
You don't have to slap the fuck out of it like other games.
Little sidebar about CAX. It didn't wind up happening because they didn't have them there, but the guy Steve Grunberger, I think is his name. I guess he's super good at Space Ace and Dragon's Lair, and he claims he can play both at the same time.
Yeah,
like simultaneous play both games at the same time.
Yeah,
and he was gonna play both games all the way through side by side at CAX, but unfortunately, I think Joe didn't wind up bringing his game, so. They only had Space Ace, I think.
Yeah, I remember.
And I had a problem with Space Ace. I had a problem with one of the levels in the game. I couldn't get past it. I know all the moves in that, and it just kept killing me no matter what I did for the timing.
I think it had
I don't know what was wrong with
Dexter or whatever running under the
hood. Yeah, maybe, but I don't know. It's weird. So that was kind of a bummer because I wanted to play through it. I played it a couple different times. I did play it on the cadet level, and I was able to get past it, which was weird. But I like to play the Space Ace level because there's more levels.
Really?
There's more screens to see. Yeah, and it's a longer game too.
But it's more difficult.
Oh, it's way. Also. It's more difficult a little bit. But
does it have a continue feature, that game?
No. And usually, well, like I said, when I was young, it was always 5 lives. Everywhere I went, it was 5 lives because the game is hard.
Yeah.
But Keith has his set at 3, and Joel has his set at 3, and this guy at the CAX has it set at 3 too. So I'm like, ugh, no, it's supposed to be 5.
Right? Yeah.
So, but maybe that's a good thing for a CAX, so more people can try it, But
yeah. I can see that. Interesting.
Well, Gak, so you brought another game up, right? Because you have a new one behind
I did. You probably can barely see the edge of it, the Donkey Kong right there.
Oh,
so I moved them a little bit. But yeah, I have how many do I have up here now? I have 5 there, 6, 7. So I have 7 games in here right now. And yeah, Hubert wigged out on me. it wasn't working. I troubleshot it and figured out there was 2 1/4 amp fuses, replaced them, and working fine for like 24 hours, and then went out again. So yes, exactly. And as I suspected, I talked to my buddy Chris, Tubular Gearhead, and he's like, there's something causing the fuses to blow. It's something further down the line that there's an issue. And I throw up my hands right now. I just like, meh. I still got other things to work on. Yeah. What's that?
Power supply. That's my.
Yeah. It was a couple years ago, but I pretty much had everything rebuilt. Chris did it all, and he put new connectors and reflowed headers and stuff.
Yeah, I was going to ask if that one has connector issues, like since a lot
there's tons of cables going on, because there's multiple boards and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I know probably 6 months after he rebuilt it for me, there was an issue, and I was able to actually figure that out and fix it myself.
Hey.
It was the fuse block, like the thing that holds the fuse, that was bad. And so I actually had to do some soldering. I replaced it, and then it worked great for months. But yeah, somewhere around the move, something went wrong again.
Oh,
yeah. So yeah, this is kind of, things have changed for me over here a bit, because this is really kind of phase 1 right now, because once we moved into the house, realizing it's a pain in the ass bringing games upstairs. And my wife, she actually really does not want these games up here, believe it or not.
No.
So yeah.
What?
Chris.
Yeah.
Chris, I just told you so you could buy the house, Chris.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We want them out. Yes.
So now I'm kind of in early stages of converting the garage to a more suitable game room that will be heated and air conditioned and stuff. So
nice.
I've shown you guys some pictures, but it's a ways out. Maybe by spring I'll have it dialed. Yeah,
that was cool. I never would have thought of, like, raising
the garage door. That was a bit of a challenge. Yeah, because the ceiling in my garage is really tall. It's like 11-foot ceiling in there, but the way traditional garage doors open is they only pull one direction, like the actual opener. It just pulls straight back. And so if you want to raise the door, that will not work. You have to have a different opener if you want an automatic garage door opener. Right now, I do not have an automatic door. It's just by hand. Okay. I had to remove my old opener. Yeah. But I have one on order. Whatever. It's a long story, but I'm making the wife happy. So
yeah. But I mean, although, yeah, because you do have are you using part of your garage for cars?
We were. The original intent was that we were going to park cars in there again.
Yeah.
We never had that at our old house, but I don't know. The wife didn't like maneuvering through the driveway to get in there, and then this other conversation happened, and just do whatever you want in the garage. Just get out of the game room upstairs. So I'm like, well, it's going to take a while, so. But yeah, so anyways, I really wanted to open the room up, and so I basically had to get new tracks made that bring the garage door all the way up to that 11-foot height. And then it doesn't go as deep in the garage. It really opened up the space a lot, So it's really dramatic, the difference. It wasn't cheap, but
no,
the end result is going to be way better, So I still have a ways to go, but yeah.
Those pictures were impressive. And I was just thinking, I mean, if you're not driving a car in and out of there, do you really need an automatic garage door opener?
Right. Yes. And that was my first thought, but then a different conversation happened, and we have to have openers. Okay. All right. I'll get openers then. Yeah. Let's leave it at that. Chris. So, but yeah, this space here, I could fit maybe 12 or 13 games, like max, in this room. And then the garage, once it's done converting, I'll be able to fit upwards of 30 games into that, like as a finished game room, and still be like have an open feel to it. I don't want it to be super packed and tight.
Yeah,
I've had that for too many years.
I was about to ask you. So, do you regret, because you kind of went through a game exodus and you sold a lot of games?
Yeah, but I had way too many. I had 47 games at my peak there, and right now I have around. I'd have to recount it, but somewhere between 28 and 30. So I pretty much have as many.
No regrets, as the tattoo says.
Well, I know it's going to be virtually impossible to replace a couple of them. You know, like my Wacko, the Major Havoc. Yeah, those two are.
Oh, I forgot that you sold that one, and you've sold Forgotten Worlds too, didn't you?
And Forgotten Worlds, yes. Yeah, I know.
Even though it's
now
not.
You're gonna start making me tear up.
You can't have your old project back because I'm gonna get it working, and it's like no fucking way, dude.
Did you sell Forgotten Worlds to somebody you knew?
Yeah. It actually, hopefully, it'll be on the floor when we go to Grinkers in October.
Oh, Steve. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll play that one again. Cool.
Yep.
I wonder if Steve would get a black tiger for me if I beg.
I don't know if he has. I don't think I remember seeing one.
Take your shirt off for Steve.
Yeah.
All right, here.
Yeah.
I'll get it. Just put your shirt on.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so I had kind of a conversation with my kids last night talking about this room. And it's like, really, what's stopping me from moving out of this room is it's going to be freezing in there in the winter until I get that set up, you know? So it might be till spring, you know? Like I could just move all this out there and be like, hey, I'm okay out here now. But then like October rolls around, I'm like, God damn, it's cold out here, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So I need to be able to have a desk and this setup that I have here. So it's a slow process, but we'll get there. Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
So that's pretty much it for me. Mock, anything new?
Nope. I almost bought a really good deal for a pin. It was a steal, but I'm trying to save my money for that Monster Bash. I'm still waiting for the price announcements. Even though they've announced the game, they haven't announced the actual pricing yet to sell. Yeah, to sell. Everything's been approved for it, though. They went through the UL electrical licensing approvals and the approvals from the manufacturer of Williams. They all approved it. So I don't know where else we're waiting for, but anyway, I saw a really good deal for a Terminator 2 pinball, pretty good condition, real good condition, for $900. Oh, now I'm like kicking myself. Maybe I should have bought it.
Wow,
that's really cheap.
That's super cheap.
That game sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's not as bad as Street Fighter, but it's
Terminator 2.
I like Terminator 2 pin. Yeah, I think it's fun.
For $900 though.
Yeah, I know. For $900. No, that's ridiculous.
It was working.
It had one error. The gun kept sticking, they said. So I just go, Keith, fix it.
I mean, I would have to think that's probably 2,500 ish.
Yeah, I know. I should have just bought it and then like sold it if I wanted
for a while.
But,
dial it in and then get top dollar when you're wanting to get rid of it. You know?
And it honestly, it probably went like that. Sometimes there's things where you're like,
it was gone for the end of the day. It was gone. Yeah. So
and that was the time somebody emailed that guy immediately
and went there immediately. So I'd have to take off of work immediately, go to my wife's work immediately, go get her car, swap cars, go down there, and then some fucker would already be there and packing it up. Oh, he came before you. Sorry. Just waiting for the day off of work.
Yep.
So
yeah, it
was a real good deal, though.
That is a good deal.
Yeah, I don't see deals like that for pins very often. Usually, people are smart enough now. They do their research. They go, I wonder what this is worth. eBay. Okay, all right, and then I'll see what is on here. Okay, all right, full price. You know, so it's rare you get good killer deals on pins. So,
yeah, there's a lot of documentation. Pinside does such a good job.
Pinside is pretty good at showing what the around rate is going. You don't really need a book or anything like that. I mean, Pinside has.
Yeah, I think that makes it a lot easier. I think to try to price those things compared to
gauge it. Yeah,
than the video games. Which
I mean, I go there to see if that's the correct range or not. Like if I see something for like 4,000 or 5,000, I'm like, is it really 4,000. I'll look on Pinside, and usually they're going for 2,500 or 3,000. I'm like, oh, they're way off. They're way too high. So yeah, you know what to offer. Anyway, no, I didn't get it, so I'm still waiting. And then I've been looking into tomorrow. They're going to be streaming on Deadflip's channel, Deadpool Pinball.
Oh,
so I'll post in Slack when that happens. But he usually flies over or goes over to Stern and streams live them playing the new thing, and it's by George Gomez, created the guy who created Spy Hunter. Is the one who created the Deadpool pin. Yeah. And it's supposed to have some funny stuff in it. They used the voice actor from who does Deadpool for all the animated stuff and the video game Deadpool that came out, and it's pretty funny. But he was talking about something kind of fun that you're gonna see 8-bit type graphics on the screen, maybe 16-bit, and it'll be like Street Fighter style, where you're gonna see Deadpool fighting like Juggernaut or something. And you got to hit letters to fight, to build up your power meter to fight the bad guys. And when you do something where Deadpool's gonna do quips or stuff, where it's like breaking the fourth wall, his head is gonna appear like in the view screen, but it's gonna be a high res version. He's being saying shit to you, like, why are you sucking so bad? Shit like that.
Oh my god, that is awesome.
So yeah, he didn't talk about all the things that he's going to be quipping about, but it's going to be insults to the player and breaking the fourth wall stuff that Deadpool's known for. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to see what that's all about and see if that's going to be a fun pin. It looks. I don't know if you saw the giant katana that goes down the right side of the playing field, but the balls lock in the handle, and they roll down the blade, and they come out to your flipper in the hole. So yeah, it's kind of a neat ball lock mechanism, a real physical ball lock where they all lock into the handle of the katana, inside the katana, and roll down the blade. Wow. Cool. So yeah, I can find a picture to post. Want to see that, but that's happening tomorrow, so I'll be looking forward to that. And Keith will be like bummed that he's not getting that instead of Batman, but I don't know.
Yeah. Right.
Any word on that?
Supposedly they're shipping it. That went out this week. So
I have to say my interest in that game just really it was shaken with our experience at CAC. That was just so.
Oh.
It was in such rough shape. Holy shit!
Oh my god, it was falling apart on us, wasn't it?
It was.
Nothing was working.
Yeah, it totally turned me off on that game. I was like, wow, this is just. That was just a piece of shit. I mean, it was probably just a fluke on that game, but I'm still looking forward to playing.
We've seen several where the TV doesn't work.
Really?
That's really common. It seems like. Yeah. The only time it worked was at Banning. At CoinOp, it didn't work. There, it didn't work.
That's right.
And there, it was fucking falling out.
Oh, I know, that was crazy. Like, it worked, but it was about to fall out. Or was it working?
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't, and it was starting to fall off. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one at
Frequent Watch was fucked up. Yeah,
works, but whatever. Yeah, like that's just that's I.
And then that crane didn't work. Yeah.
Yeah, the crane was broken. Yeah, the car was falling.
The crane wasn't working at all.
Nope.
Like, what are we even playing if none of these things were?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was bad.
Okay, I'm gonna post I'll post it in in our chat, I guess, and in the IRC chat. You can look at the play field, and if you look on the katana, you can see the hollowed handle, and the balls roll down the blade, which is kind of cool.
I've never seen that before.
And there's also a disco ball that's going to light up and light the playfield up.
It's that hard to look at.
Yeah, right.
Very busy artwork, but yeah.
Oh, it's so busy. That's when I don't know if I was thinking that too. I'm like, wow, that's a really busy playfield, that artwork. It's just like art on top of art.
I wish I'd put some red in that.
Yeah. Right.
Needs more red. And
the katana actually kind of reminded me of Lord of the Rings. But yeah, I didn't realize that the ball lock was actually up there in the handle. That's cool.
Yeah. And if you see the bobblehead character has like springy arms holding things. So to hit him, you got to knock down 3 of the drop targets, and then once you hit him, the drop targets pop up, and it locks your ball physically there too. So then you got to hit those drop targets again to release your ball. So that's like and it becomes a multi-ball. So there's some interesting things, yeah. So I want to play it. Always when a new pin comes out, I want to check it out. But
yeah, that sword, the katana, is how he says.
Katana sword, yeah, that's one of his main.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that in a pin before.
It's just 2 flippers, though, right?
2 flippers, and if you notice,
I love you, Gak. Because seriously, I can see you being like, "It's just 2. I want 3. No, I want 4. The more flippers, the better." It's like you with LEDs too. Oh, dude, can I just
more bang for my buck, man? I'm dropping $6 or $8 grand. I want like 12 flippers on that.
Well, yeah, because I want flippers
12.
You know, on that upper play field and one lower play field, the more the better. All with LEDs.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing about like Iron Maiden has a bunch of flippers.
Iron Maiden,
and that was a lot of fun. You know,
Iron Maiden has what?
It has like 4 flippers, I think, in that game, if I remember right. So, and that has a lot of fun stuff in it.
I mean, admittedly, I don't play a whole lot of pinball, but it's for some reason I like the ones that have upper play fields and 4 flipper. You know.
I like 4 flipper, or at least an extra flipper play games. It makes it more. Doesn't Twilight Zone have an extra flipper on it?
Yes, it has a 3rd flipper that's not currently fucking working.
Fuck.
What I've discovered is those 3rd flippers, they're the weak link. That's Twilight Zone. That's the Tales from the Crypt. That was the flipper that was flipping out, and
that was something about Whitewater that always like worried me, is that upper playfield flipper, because everybody says what a nightmare it is to get to, because you got to like take apart so much shit to get to it, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I hope that never breaks on me. Maybe I should sell this before it breaks.
yeah. Exactly. And you did.
I did. I miss it though, but I miss having a 3rd pin. So, but someday.
Yeah, Monster Bash.
Monster Bash is coming someday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my wife's excited about that. She actually likes that pin. That's the only pin in the whole planet she likes.
Oh.
I better get it.
I know. Well, let's hope that you better get it, and let's hope that she has a really good game, because there's nothing worse than being like, "Oh, this is a great pin," and then you play a couple games and you suck at them, and you're like, "Oh,
I don't like this anymore."
This game isn't it? Yeah.
How much did you pay for it?
Yeah.
You know how many purses I can buy with that? Yeah. So.
Oh, that's too funny.
I've learned one thing. I only brag about the sales, not the purchases.
Yeah.
There you go. I know that's a good philosophy.
It's kind of like gambling. You only
about your winnings.
Yes.
Yeah. I could agree with that. So anyway, that's all I have. I don't really have any pinball news. Gaming news, I should say. People are reviewing that mini, that 1-Up arcade cabinet, the one that I think Gak talked about. Yeah. I've been starting to see reviews of that. So they're shipping that out to like YouTube channels and stuff. And I didn't know it came in a little box. It's like an IKEA box.
Style. You build the cabinet too. Yes.
Yeah, you open it up and it's just in IKEA pieces with instructions, and
it includes an Allen wrench to put everything together.
Yeah, one of those kind of things.
That's funny.
And little wooden pegs, that are already in the wood to put it all together. The screen is LCD, of course, and it's slapped close right on the plastic bezel.
Yeah.
So, which is odd, and there's no controls for that. So if you want to adjust brightness or add scan lines or anything like that, no controls over that shit.
I really want to know what the circuit board looks like that the games are on.
It's a little thing, and it connects to a ribbon cable. So
which goes to the monitor and control.
Which goes to the controller, and you got to put the controllers together and all that stuff too.
Weird.
But they said it worked fine. I mean, you can, for someone who's, it's $400. I mean, that's not a lot.
You get it for $300 from Walmart.
Is it 300? I thought it was only 300 for early.
Walmart has them for $2.99 if you keep an eye on it. Yeah,
I didn't know that. Okay, but yeah, it comes with 4 Street Fighter games. I mean, like if Jimbo wasn't like an arcade guy, but he likes Street Fighter. Yeah.
How the hell are you supposed to get 2 people side by side in that piece?
Oh,
yeah, pretty close together.
He posted. I can't remember who it was.
Oh, there's no volume control either. It's either low or high.
Somebody posted a picture of someone actually sitting in front of the machine, and you get because a real person in front of it, you get the actual scale. And like Rampage, there's no freaking way you can have 3 players,
3 people
on that tiny of a machine.
No, I agree.
Yeah. Street Fighter, I mean, maybe with 2 players, but 3 players, no sides. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah. And then other people are commenting like somehow they're going to figure out, just like the micro NES console, whatever. People will figure out how to hack it and have every game and stuff. Yeah. It's probably like a variation of a Raspberry Pi under the hood or something. Yeah,
it's got.
I would like to test Street Fighter just to see how much input lag there is, because you're playing on an LCD through an emulator. Like, I tell you, any hardcore fighting game people, I bet are not gonna like that at one bit. It's tough enough. It's tough enough as it is to play, even with like 30th and stuff. There's people that have already analyzed how many frames of input delay there is, input lag.
Oh, have you seen Hector's posts on like YouTube where he goes another what the fuck moment where like he's doing that torpedo and there's a split 1 frame animation of Sagat getting hit, and then he's already doing the fireball or the what is it called? The Dragon Punch thing. Yeah,
because that's a bad connection,
lag, right?
With the guy he's playing. Yep, they call that roll, or they got the term is rollback, where it catches up and it's like, oh, he didn't actually hit him, he hit him.
It's like what? But you see a frame or two, a split second of Sagat hit. I was like, oh, that's bullshit.
That's been going on for a long time. I mean, like, not just with 30th, but like previous iterations.
Oh,
it happens when you have a bad connection.
Okay. Whack Off Willie says that he's heard something about a Stern making a Godzilla pin. I haven't heard anything about it at all.
So they bought the IP.
Did they?
They purchased the Godzilla IP from license holders.
Interesting.
So maybe there's a new Godzilla movie coming out in the near future.
They're working on. Yeah. Well, there is a Godzilla movie coming out, but there's another one that they're working on where Godzilla fights King Kong. That's coming up.
A movie
production, a movie, yeah.
Okay.
But there is a Godzilla movie coming out where he's going to be fighting all these different monsters. I think Mothra might be in it or something.
Yep.
You've seen that, Jim?
Yep. Yeah, I've seen the trailer for it.
The trailer, yeah. So, but there's that. But I know in production there's one where he's fighting King Kong guy. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. But
should we call it?
I think we should call it. Yeah.
Sure.
We actually ended up going on a lot longer than
we got that hour in.
Yeah.
Right. But whether anybody enjoyed it,
we didn't even do an intro to the show and talk about the longest running podcast.
Well, because I don't think it was an official show. We weren't even going to post this as a show. Like
this should just be the 1/2 show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 135.5 or whatever it is. Like no actual. We don't get credit.
So we released this one for the subscribers only that pay $2 a month.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Footage.
What a rip-off.
This one goes on here.
I know. Wait, how much are we paying them to watch?
This is the unlisted Twitter video. Yeah,
we pay that $2.
Yeah, this will be the secret show. Nobody wants to talk about it.
We do 3 or 4 of these a week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Envelope says that they can have a Merkin that locks balls in the multi-ball feature.
Oh my god, that's funny.
I don't even remember the Merkin talk.
Yeah, it's the Merkin talk. Oh yeah.
And Whack Off Willie called this the arcade quickie.
Yeah, it was a quickie.
The quickie hangout.
Well, Thanks for eavesdropping.
Yeah, that's right. So, you know, this is just random flip of the coin. You never know what you get with us, right? Sometimes there's only 4 or 5. Sometimes it's like all full and there's 3 or 4 people waiting to get on. You know, you never know. So.
I know it hasn't been
somebody sits
full
in bed
lately.
with their nose, taking up.
We need Orange Whip to come back on at least, you know, like 1 week and kind of give us an update, some details.
Crafty Mech used to be in here too all the time.
Crafty Mech, yeah.
I know it's like we keep running this without Dad around. Like,
right?
It's like at first the little kids are like, "Oh my God, this is so cool," and then we're like, "God, where's Dad? Nobody's making us dinner."
Yeah.
We used to have Sam listening to the show all the time. He's never around anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
We've lost some of our listeners.
Dave wants his money back for the episode.
Oh, me too.
We wish we could give you your Tuesday night back, but
we'll give you a full
sober,
refund on what you purchased today.
I feel like the news anchors on the original, the 1989 Batman movie, when they have to stop wearing makeup because of the Joker's chemicals, and they just look like death.
They look horrible.
Yeah. That's how I
God, that Rampage is $4.99. Why? So
right? Look at that.
Is that the same thing though? That's one up. Yeah.
It's fit for three children that are 8 inches wide.
Why is that one 500? Is the Street Fighter 500 too?
Where does it say 500?
49 $499.
Yeah, that's not right. I swear they had them for $299.
They all are at 500. There's a Street Fighter that's 500 also. Yeah.
Maybe that was Walmart's introductory.
So they were supposed to retail at 400, I thought.
Yeah,
so that means Walmart upped it $100 profit.
Supply and demand, I guess. Yeah, they are. Oh, pre-order. So Gus said,
"No good, goddamn."
That's right.
Stop it. Yeah.
So $2.99 was the pre-order at Walmart. Anyways, yes.
All right.
So next week, guys.
We'll see another great short show.
Auf Wiedersehen.
All right, guys.